3, we have bought that very short time. CDS 88.8. 2:33 PM. That's right. 2:33, and then also top radio. Those are the what? Yes, but that's when I talk to farmers. So you can have a radio. These days it is .com. Even on the net they are there. You put a radio and then you listen. Okay, but that is no, for those who can get to me through another media, that is the way you can do it. Okay? Others, you will call me and then we talk. Okay? Top radio Saturday 2 to 3. Okay? 2 to 3. You want to first sit down. And that is the first thing I'm going to discourage. Farming is a 24-hour job. If you want to farm like then you know where you put your money. So farming, if you want to go serious into farming, a farmer should know what is happening to the animals at least 18 hours a day. So that's a challenge, isn't it? That is a what? A challenge. So you can see how, if you want to do that, when you're not there, then you get knowledgeable, and then you put structures at the farm to handle. Okay? But you must be knowledgeable. If you are not very much knowledgeable, then you have to go down to the farmer and do things. Some things happen when you're there. Okay? But what still, it is where we should go. It is where you should go. Because it pays you every day. It pays you every what? Every day. Now, I was asking if people got, you have got it? Yeah, that's going to make it faster as I move. But now the Uganda, the Togera nabo, but they take as a Zungu, nti obulunzi, uli mugwasa wabiri munya, n'olwekyo bwegala kukolako lwa mukaaga, olina sekta gy'okubaamu, naffe abakukola ng'omulimu, tulina sekta gy'okukola ki? Gy'okubaamu. Kimanyi kizibu gy'oli, naye ate oba oyagala okulunda nga toliiyo, kitegeeza bw'olina okuba omanyi. Olina okuba okola ki? Omanyi, osobole okuteekawo embeera ku faamu yo ekola emirimu wali tokola ki? Wali toliiwo. Tukwatagana. Naye bw'oba nga tomanyi, n'ofuna n'omwana ki, omwana otunoonya abakozi ba faamu, mukimanyi bwe tubanoonya? Olina yeeyo. Bafuna omusajja akubye bulooka emyaka aga, ana nga badde akuba bulooka, ne bajja n'omukwasa enkoko zo. Oba n'omukwasa ki? Embizi akole ki? Alabirire. Kati naye n'ayigira awo. Ogamba n'oba mutule ku ssomero. Ayigira ku faamu yo. Ate bamala okuyiga bw'ati, n'agamba twafa dda. Ng'agenda. Si ekyo. Kakati, embizi okuziriisa. Endisa y'embizi egenda kukwatibwako nnyo olwaleero. Naye nze olwaleero ngenda kukwata ku ndisa y'embizi nga tugiriisa emmere entabule. Ebirala bigenda kujja bingi nnyo mu kuliisa. Okay. The person who can listen English has been interpreted. He has an interpreter next to him. Okay? So they'll keep. So I can move English. Okay? 1G. Now we have interpreter. Oli. Okay, yeah, somewhere. Yeah, to clarify, I can mix somewhere. Okay, now feeding is one of the most important components. Is one of the most important components if you are in piggery and also poultry. And it is also the biggest factor at the farm that takes away most of your money. Are you together? Most of your money goes into feeding. Actually, from research, from research, feeding on any farm takes 70% of the cost of the farm. Leave alone biyumba, I've mechanized tea, I've done what, but feeding takes 70%. That means that's where also the money is. Because you spend much on it, that's where the money what? The money is. Now we have two important factors. People feed pigs. The way we feed pigs now is very different. We pick pigs from whatever. Actually, we are proud. Why are you rearing pigs? Is because it eats anything. So that is why you feed it with anything, and it also gives you anything or something. Okay? So when you're feeding it, and you know it takes 70% of the cost, and that's why you're putting less attention, because you're feeding it with what? With anything. You know, it's an animal with a very good appetite. It can even take in what does not need for the body, as long as you throw it there. Okay? But now me, I was telling you, I'm an accountant by profession. I'm a marketer by training. But by implementation now, I'm a farmer. Okay? Yes, I went and got studies in the Netherlands. I'm now a complete farmer. And we do feed formulation. That's why we talk about the feeds is moving. These things are not the way we get them. Most farmers here go to a shop which sells the feed, and then you tell them, you get it? Even when you're telling me at the shop, so that means that already the attention you give to that detail is what? Is very minimal. Now I am here to tell you that you've lost it. Commercial feeding, I'm not trying to chase away what you give the pigs. Okay? It's also good. The other things you give, a feed concentrate or a compound feed has everything the pig needs to give you money. Has everything the pig needs to give you money. Now there are some other issues that will make me illustrate my point better. Like the breed. You know that some breeds we have are capable of giving us 500 grams of meat every day. Nga buli lunaku eteeka kwa kilo omubiri. Waliyo endala nga zikola 750. 750 grams per day in weight gain. But that means it must have got the feed to enable it to do that. Are we together?
Yes.
Now, most of the way we farm, mostly, is we say feed is expensive. Isn't it? The feed you buy from us is expensive. True. True. It is expensive because you have not calculated the cost of the other things you give. You think they are free. The other things you give are not free. You move them, somebody collects them, and somehow or another, instead of spending 700 shillings per kilogram of feed, you might be spending maybe 400, but you don't know. Because you never touched value on what you give. If you have someone moving around and getting grass from the village and everywhere, and he brings for your pigs, you pay him salary, isn't it? But you pay them badly. Because what he brings is of low value to the pig does not put on weight, so you also don't get money in your pocket. Are you together? So in most cases, don't even value them. You can even sack at any one time and tell him go. But if I come to your farm and you see that there is money in what I am doing, then you can pay me more. Are we together? Now, let me do a simple illustration on a kilo of feed and a kilo of output. Now, today, our mixed ration, compounded feed, goes to about 750 shillings per kilo. Okay? When I use a fattener, the ones we use for meat, are we together? The fatteners. The fattener, which is between 3 to 4 months, okay? 3 to 4 months, needs about 2 kilos of feed. Per what? Of compounded what? Feed. Now, the compounded feed has everything the pig needs to give you its breed capacity. Are we together? Yeah. When you give it that, then it will be possible for the pig to give you the weight you want per day. Are we together? Now, if it eats 2 kilos and it is 750, how much? How much money is that? 1,500. And when it eats that feed, it has a genetic potential or capacity to give you 500 grams of what? Of meat. Okay? On it. Are we together? So, how much is the meat? Half a kilo, half a kilo. Farm get, limuruzi. 4,000. Okay? Now, how much feed have you given it? 1,500 of very good mixed ration. And then it gives you half a kilo, which is? What's the difference? To do the rest. Okay? You have to do 5 to do the rest and even have a profit. Are we together? Now that's the rationale of all this. That is the economics. And when it overgrows, the problem is that the rate at which it puts on weight, it needs a lot of food to maintain its body. Are we together? To maintain just the body to be alive, then it puts on weight. That brings to my next point, that the money in a pig is from day one of the pig. And the first month is very, very important. Because if it does not get what it requires in the first month, it is already started. Its potential, because it is doing something it's not supposed to do. A pig has what it does in a particular time. This time, I am developing the organs. Okay? And when time ends for developing the organs, it starts putting on the body. So, at day one, you develop the organs. So, the feed you give to develop the organs must be that one the piglet needs. Are you together? And that, because it is young, it needs a feed that goes through the system with less hindrances. Near food, eh? Because even our babies, if you are giving a kamone, we do what? We smash first, eh? And then give. That's the technology. That is why I'll take you to the last page. I've gone through most of this because I know you have questions, isn't it? Now, let's go to the last page. Now, the last page has pre-starter. And pre-starter talks about 0 to 3 what? Weeks. Are you together? I want to explain, I want this to be relevant to you. Now, the level of energy in the feed, okay, is 3,400. That's the level of what? Energy. The level of digestible protein should be 17 what? % in the other feed, which has the other energy. Are we together? Now, energy is what comes out of already the feed that is mixed. Are we together? When you mix a ration, it must give you what energy it must give. But in that ration, there are so many mixtures there to come to that ration. In that ration, it should be at least 17% what? Protein. In that what? In that ration. Am I somewhat clear now? Yes. Okay? And then lysine. Lysine is one of the proteins, okay, that are required Without it, nothing happens in the body because they help to digest other amino acids in the feed. Are we together? So it is important that a farmer looks at some of those things. But I want to take you to fiber. I want to take you. Are you seeing fiber down there? Okay? Now, look at the fiber. Fiber is 2.5 for pre-starters. That's the point I was explaining. 2.5% for pre-starter. But for winner 1, it is 4%. Okay? And then, winner 2 is 5, 6, 8, then 6, 8, and then 15. Are you together? Now, I was explaining why the younger pig needs less fiber. The younger pig must have a feed with less what? Fiber. Because we want it to go into the body and it gets nutrients without much what? Hassle. That's why that feed is more tender with very little what? Fiber in it. So, for young pig, you don't just give like you give these others. Okay? You must give it that. That can enable it to give you the weight in the first 3 weeks. And once you get this applies to those who are in cows, this applies to those who are in chicken and all animals. The first life for chicken is the first 7 days. If your chicken or your chick does not make 4 times its hatch weight by the first week, we shall suffer with you along the way. We shall suffer with you along the what? Because this feed, the chicken must get it very easily. They don't first supposed to develop and then continue. That's why it is important to mark what is in the feed. Now that is difficult for you as a farmer. And unfortunately, where we go to buy feed, some of those people are not like me. Okay? They are also doing business. And they say, they just come to our place, they say, which formula do you have? Is this one? And then they tell you, I'm using the formula of Mukima. You can also buy it from me. And then he uses that. Which is okay. But it is very, very bad for you to do that when you don't know. That's why we are here. Okay? I'm not here to tell you to come to Mutima and buy feed from Mutima and so forth. No. I am here to give you knowledge. So that when you go anywhere where you buy your feed, you are from an informed side of what? Of the story. Are you together? Yes. You are from an informed side of the story. That's where you're coming from. Because with me, if you grow feed and then you get bigger, you give me business. Are you together? Yeah. So that is where we are. Now, I will talk about the fiber and then the food for the young pig. Now, at 35 days, we wean them. Weaning is okajja kumama, isn't it? Yeah. Tukajja kumama nitukola ebirala. Kati ate the requirements change along the way. Because there we are building something else. The other time we are building this side, this time we are building that. And because it's now heavier, we use fiber to transport feed from one place to another. So it is important. Fiber is important because it is what is used to transport the nutrients to the other parts of the body. This is up the other side. And when you give feed without fiber, it means the feed can sit somewhere and does not move without the fiber. But look at up there. The protein has reduced, lysine has reduced, M plus C has reduced, the fats have reduced, the fiber has increased. Are you seeing that? The calcium has reduced, and the potassium is still the same. That is why we say emere ya muto, okay, eno ya nkulukumu, eno ya nkulu ddala. But most farmers give the same feed. Was it a good identity? nawe obuto bwakazaalibwa, nawe envubuka, nawe yonsa, nawe nejjajja. And this is where money is lost. Because this feed has costed you money. Okay? But you are giving. So, even if the person does not need calcium 4, you are giving him calcium what? 4. Even the one who needs 15 in fiber. But what about the one who you give the young ones 15 for guesting? Guesting, you know, the last column is for guesting. Guesting level, have I not go to? What again? Well, ugly, say. You have more than 5 by 15%. The more is what? 15. Or you try to look at the money too. Or avoiding unrest. A little woman of the are we together? That's why we go to things like wheat bran, which has a lot of fiber, and then we give it to it. In this ration, there's more wheat bran. I did eat more kilos. When you go somewhere, you'll be seeing that this one will need like 4 kilos a what? A day. But most of it is fiber. Are we together? So that it takes water, the bed gets full, and it gets less discomfort from the young ones growing in it. When I come back to people, you know that when you are pregnant, you don't eat a lot, but you eat every time. Are we together? Huh? Some people don't eat a lot, but they eat every what? You get hungry every time. You get hungry every time. That's why these ones will give them that. Now, that is about that. Now, I'll take you to the 3rd page. My 3rd page is explaining something. Maximum inclusion what? Rates of feed ingredients in pig diets. Maize. Maize has no maximum. So, in the ration, okay, as long as you have maize, you can make the feed as long as it makes the energy, okay? You don't have limits of how much maize you put into that what? Into that diet. Are you seeing that? Then we go to maize bran. Now, maize bran is that part of the maize which remains when we take away the bushel. Isn't it? Okay? Now, what does it compose of? A lot of chikutai, okay? That husk is a lot. Eh? So we must give. To source those female ones which give birth, maximum inclusion rates 30%. But what do? We give with the chikumi one if possible, then the other one comes. Are we together? Eh? That is maximum inclusion what? Rates. But I have other things down whereby you and where you stay, there are things that are there that you can use to get energy and all that kind of thing. We have wheat and we have wheat bran. Wheat bran, that is 30%. Wheat is 40%. Those are maximum inclusion rates. Now, what I call maximum is that percentage, when you put beyond that percentage, your safety is, because the outputs are going to go what? Down. Are we together? Now, this is a guide. What is important is the energy level. But if you have some of these, one time they called me to a farm. Yangu wako, we have a problem here in Pigare. We have a problem, you come. I reached there. There's a lot of diarrhea going on. Like, what happened? Since yesterday, I don't know, but the feed was bad. Oh, what? I said, well, what is the problem? You know what had happened? They had given the pigs beans. Because they eat what? Anything. And when the beans got into the system rejected whatever was there. Now, you pay me consultants when I come to your farm. Because I drive fuel, and I'm also in Uganda, and my father took me to school to be able to take care of myself. Those people paid me 50,000 shillings for my consultants. And then bought my fuel, which I used to get to the farm. But what were they paying for? Huh? Huh? They are paying for their generosity of having a lot of beans. And then they give me what? And when I got there, may I tell you the truth? And if you don't like it, at least you'll pay for it. Told them, you know what? The way you gave them this feed, they're not used to eat. Oh, the old man said, oh, Mama, omanyi lwa badde pate. Nesaba emmere yabafiseewo olera nekola ki? If you are giving your pig such food, take an extra mile and have it sorted. Are we together? Have it what? Sorted. You find it is pig food. It even has pork in it, mubibumba. Pork. Yeah. Because you collect it from anywhere and give the pigs, eh? What is that? How do you call that? Cannibalism. Huh? You people practice cannibalism. You get your animals and give them the same animal. It eats it. And then you say, what's the problem? Now, we have a lot of grass that is very nutritious. And I know it will be covered. Okay? Here, there are a number of things that I've given you. I have fish, I have blood meal, I have meat, whatever. All those things are there. Now look at winners. Go to one from bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 from the bottom. Have you seen that one? Yes. Those are what? Those are beans. How much is in the winners? 0. So, no inclusion. Okay? No what? No inclusion. That is why I've given some of these things. That when you happen to get it, know that I'm not celebrating for not buying feed. Give it what it requires. My second page has 650 grams. Okay? Have you seen that in the second row? Has 260 grams and has 700 grams. That is what a good breed can give you or can eat. If you are growing it at 650 grams per day, you know it's also very important. The breed is very what? Important. The breed potential is very important. Now that one that can give you 650 grams per day, overfeed with energy level. Have you seen energy level up? 3,200. Okay? Week 1, live weight is between 23 and 26 kilograms. And that happened? Okay? Live weight, those are grams. Okay? But no, this is kilograms. Excuse me. Yes. 7 days. Okay? Yeah. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Now, if the live weight is that, then it will be eating 1 kilo. Between that. Now, those breeds are there. 1 kilo. 1 kilogram of feed per pig per day. Are we together? Now, what am I trying to bring out? Those pigs, because the other problem, as you'll be telling us, is that you make a pig which is below 100 kilograms. The mother is 70 kilograms, you take it to a male. Why as I say? Because it has a small body and still small, it will give you small what? Small piglets. A musajja enokwateka wansi wa kilo 10. That is how you make the money. Those are the facts. That is why here we grow them up to 6 months, but we have been telling people go up to 7 or 8 what? Months before you serve it. Okay?
You said something, you emphasized this is how you do it. Would you say?
Yeah, they're 100 kilograms. I was saying that a glit, okay, that is going to get served should not be below 100 kilograms of weight. So you grow it up to there. That is when it can give you more healthy what? Piglets. Are we together? So you'll make the money. But when it is 70 kilograms, and then you serve it, it means it's going to give you smaller what? Because even the space is small. Are we together? And everything is still growing. So they will be small and then you'll have the poor quality and all that. But I was telling you that a breed that can give you 600 kilograms. I was in the Netherlands and I visited a farm which beat my understanding. A younger man of 23 years. He has a farm where he has 480 pigs. Okay? 400 what? And 80. But when the bird or when the feed or when the cow gets the feed which has the energy it requires a day, it does not eat anymore. But for a pig, okay, it's very active. Are you together? It has this mouth is very active. It even checks around. Even when you leave a shoe, to check if there's something down. Okay? That is why after giving it the feed for a day, that this feed is requires 3 kilograms, okay? You give it 3, then you can supplement in whatever you have. But you've given it what requires for what? For a day. So this is where we are going. We want to do business. Feed right. Feed what? Feed right. About husbandry and diseases, my colleagues are coming. They'll talk about many of those. Now, I was giving you this example, is from that farm, the one you see here. 1 week is 23 to 26 kilograms. Weight, live weight. Bakazala, nga kalinga 4, nekasako mafiro buli lunaku. Okay? Nekatwale katuse, kabako. But I'm giving you these examples for you to look at and then compare with what you are doing. What are you getting on your farm? So that you have a target. Are we together? Even if you don't make 650 grams, at least you move from 100 to 200 grams per what? Per day. Are we together? Let's have a direction. There is a potential of this, but me I can't because of my reasons. To do this, you must have a weighing scale. The rukobai, to check the what? To check the weight. Then you know the efficiency of the feed. That's how we're going to do it. Lastly, I was talking to my friend here. Today and tomorrow, before you leave this place, we must come on with action points of our problems. Because there are so many. Okay? And everybody is suffering in Ikulu, everybody is suffering in Kamuli, everybody is suffering wherever they are. With the same what? Same problem. Because in Uganda, we have a lot of die alone. You die what? Alone. If you keep dying alone, I am telling you, you will die alone. Even in our houses, we have Nikomera. That the neighbor cannot see. That is Uganda. I was in the Netherlands and no Nikomera. This house is here. The other one is what? It's there. Those who have moved to do we have Nikomeras on the streets? In the UK? No. Now, we farmers of pigs must leave this. Let's come together. When you're together like this, I can come and give you knowledge. Are you together? But when you are alone, it becomes very expensive for you to bring me here and keep me for 4 hours. The second thing, we want to bridge the gap between the doctors here and the farmer. Because these doctors and researchers have a lot of knowledge, I'm telling you. There's a lot of information. Some of these are getting it from them. But they're way up there, and the farmer is too. Okay? What do farmer young man meeting? What man to wanji? A business all of us. That is the Uganda. Mama oberawa, njiwa nobera kasubi. Mama ile yake nika. Nene hapo jagala. Nene akangana Mungu. Wama ne tutauze. A 41-year-old lady in Uganda. They are arguing down in the village that one pig can give birth to 41 piglets. Of course, I gave the information, but I knew the gap in what? In knowledge. There's a big gap in what? In knowledge. So, to bridge that gap of knowledge, we have to come together. We have to come together. We have to cooperate. And not making associations. People are saying we should make associations. No, not associations. Our association like membership of Vitano. We said, how much membership? People said 1,000 registration, and then 4,000 membership. 5,000, they can't run a group. That's why they close. We should cooperate. Should be a cooperative. Whereby we can bargain. Baba ceremony. If I'm producing feed and I'm producing for all of you, my price will go down. Yeah. My price per kilo will do what? Goes down because I'm producing for all of you. But when I produce for one of you, you pay for each and everything. You alone, you pay for each and everything of my cost. Because I must stay floating. I want to thank you so much for listening to me and also wish you well.
Thank you so much, sir. Robert Serwanga. I understand we are running short of time, and yet I'm very mindful that it's not about how much we cover, it's about how much we understand. I request him to take some few questions, only 5. The rest you call on his phone number. I don't know how much we charge you. Now, any question? Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Serwanga. First of all, I want to say I'm very humbled and ashamed that I've been in farming, piggery farming for 7 years, but I've been doing nothing. Yeah, because I've not had any animal weighing 100 kilograms. This is a fact. I have only had one sow. No, what? Bow. Only one bow, which I got that. And recently, actually, I saw the bow which was big. When I found out that my neighbor's place, I didn't believe that it was from my farm. It was too big for me to believe.
Yours?
Mine.
And neighbor's
I
farm?
have been said after those have been selling animals. About 20 have a breed which I don't think came from mine. Yet they came from mine. So I think my problem is feeding. But I've been finding it challenging because at one time I got an advice from some graduates. They came to my farm, they advised me. I tried it for 1 month. I ran in it. I got in 2 days. I found I was going nowhere. I went back to my yeah. So I think I will need your help to get out of it. If you mean to give God the animals and the main is free, but they do business. But one question I was asking you, you are feeding these the piglets. They have their own formula. But when it gives its birth, it remains with its young one.
Yes.
Now I am wondering, when I'm giving these piglets that formula, what about the mother? Does it eat the same or something different?